Hello and welcome to Bird Talk Radio. I am your host, Joshua Martin. I'll be going over the games, the scores, and, everything Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. Now let's start the show. Hello and welcome to this episode of Bird Talk Radio. I am not that happy today, but we'll go over that in a little bit and you'll know why. Because the Philadelphia Eagles, they played Miami Dolphins this past weekend. And of course they were in Miami. And me being in South Florida, of course I went to that game. And I had to waste my money. So whoever is out there in charge of the tickets or whatever you can do, Philadelphia, if you can give me my $50 back for going to that stupid game, I'd much appreciate it. Besides that, I'll go over the game and tell you how bad it was. We lost 48-10. That's all I can say. We lost 48-10 to the Miami Dolphins. Not even that, it was in preseason. And I don't know. The first drive for the Miami Dolphins, they just looked, they looked like really outstanding. Tua Tagovailoa, he went 6 for 7 on not his starting drive, but for the time that he played. He went 6 for 7, 121 yards and 1 touchdown. And he had that 51-yard throw that was underthrown to Tyreek Hill. All right, you can't hear me. But it was underthrown to Tyreek Hill, but still, it's stuff like that. Our secondary needs to know who we're going up against. And keep Tyreek in front of you at all times. Don't let him get by you. We know that all he is just a fast man. But still, we can't cover that. Some good pointers for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jason Huntley, he looked very good. He had that one big yard, or our only touchdown was that big run he had. So he showed off a lot. 11 carries, 93 yards, and then that one rushing touchdown. And then Sinet. I don't think he's gonna make the team. He played terrible the other day. 12 of 22, 104 yards in preseason. I know we don't have our star receivers out there, but you still got to make some throws and you still got to make some. I don't know. I don't know how you go 12 for 22 in preseason and 1 interception. You're playing against high school. I can go out there and look like Randy Moss out there right now, but it's all good. It's only preseason. I guess, Katie, if you want to pull up that first image, I have some images from the game. I said I'll bring you guys some images. So I had actually pretty nice seats. It was on the second. What?
Positive?
No, I'm not. Nothing is positive. When you see me in regular season, it's going to be scary. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to be like Stephen A. Smith every single episode. If they don't. I don't care if they didn't play a starter. These are our backups. They should be. If they're in the professional league, they should know how to play. I can go out there right now and average 200 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in preseason.
I would pay to see that.
Trust me, just get me on a practice squad out there. I can get out there. So yeah, I had beautiful seats. I was on the 300 floor, but I was at like row 2 or whatever, so you got to see the whole field. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You think he's a little
This is
Oh, he looks perfectly calm right now.
Oh, I'm perfectly calm right now, you think?
He looks like a volcano.
I'm telling you.
How are you going to take cut day, which is what that game was? They're going to get rid of 30 people. What do you think is going to happen if you don't know who to cut? You're going to everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everyone just looked ass out there.
Exactly.
So
now you have your 30 cuts.
Yeah. Oh.
True.
Yeah.
I guess.
And did the Dolphins play all their regulars?
No, just the first 2 drives.
So those were 3s and 4s?
I don't know if there were 3s and 4s the whole time through, but. All right, Katie, let's go to the next image.
Let's go to commercial.
No. See, these are some of the players I saw that were there. On your left. Yeah, your far left. Yeah. We got the quarterbacks. We got Carson Strong, Sinet, who was terrible. Gardner Minshew right there. I think he had a decent first drive, but obviously we're not going to play him because we need him just in case anything happens to Hurts. Jordan Davis in the middle. I got to see him, but I didn't get to see him out there. I know he was out there, and Nakobe Dean was out there, but they didn't do much. What we had a huge problem was stopping the run against the Miami Dolphins, which I thought was very surprising. I know we have a really good rush defense. Our front line for the defensive line, it's one of the top lines in the league. I don't know how we couldn't just stop the rush, just even that. But we got Nick Sirianni to the right. Katie, if we can go to the next image. There was a picture of them lined up. In the middle, we got our star players. They were just out there chilling, watching the game. In the long, with the towel, I guess, we have Devontae Smith in the blue hat, A.J. Brown. Darius Slay is right there as well. Can't wait for them guys to be back. That's when things will be exciting. That's when I'll raise my temper up a little more if we do anything bad. But like I said, I'm hoping for a good season. This game was just a little, I don't know what happened. I guess if we can go to the last image, I'll show you how beautiful this stadium. Look how beautiful this stadium is. I mean, I wish this team wasn't. I would love to be a Dolphins fan, but they've just been in the trash can for so long. I don't know how you have a beautiful scenery like this and just have a trash team. But that's all good. Like I said, it's preseason. It was a beautiful night. I had ice cream. I had French fries. I had a Coke. I had my dabber. I was chilling, just watching a football game. And yeah, it was a nice night. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I would like to go down on that field and show them how it's done, but like I said, there's nothing I can do. That's why I'm rocking this beautiful, beautiful Phillies jersey. Beautiful Phillies jersey. Bryce Harper's back for the Phillies. He came back Friday. I think he had a 2-hit game with RBIs. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I know we beat the Pirates Friday and Saturday, but we lost to them last night. What you gonna do? We'll probably make the wild card. I know it's the Mets and the Braves going for the NL East card win, the division win right there. So we'll probably have to make it in the wild card, anything. But let's keep those bats going. Let's get the bullpen back up again. We were kind of decent. We shut out Pirates. I think, like I said, we shut them out Saturday and Friday, I believe, but they shut us out last night. It's all good. It's all good. We got one more month left of baseball, and then October hits, and that's the postseason run. I think we'll take a little commercial break, and when we get back, like I promised for the past 3 weeks, we'll go over fantasy finally. I know I had a special guest in last week, so check that out. It was an awesome interview. I'm so happy she came in. But besides that, any of the football games, any exciting games that happened last weekend? Not really. Any news to declare? I don't know. Sam Darnold's injured. He might be out 4 to 5 weeks, I believe. Let's see. What else? I think that's it. I mean, Justin Fields balled out too, but I mean, it was against the Browns, but he went 14 of 16, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now, if they can get an offensive line to protect this man can be scary. Malik Willis is looking nice. Obviously, he has those legs that he uses a lot. 4 carries for 79 yards. I'm telling you right now, if they can get a play action scheme with him and Derrick Henry, that would be a scary combination. Tom Brady came back. He showed up and played in preseason for a little bit. He had a pass completion to Julio Jones. I think that's it. I mean, it's the end of preseason. We have a week off, and then it started football season. I don't know what I'm going to bring to you next week, but we'll take a little commercial break, and then I'll talk about fantasy. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back to Bird Talk Radio.
In a world.
Everyone, I'm your host, Daniel.
That is terrible.
Where movies and trivia collide.
I'm a vampire.
Twilight.
Two ridiculously good-looking game show hosts
I'm your host, Daniel.
And I am Joshua Martin.
will tackle the challenge of being the best at movie trivia.
All right, this is about a board game that comes to life.
This guy repeats his day over and over and over again.
The power of Christ compels you.
Movie Wars.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Hello, and welcome back to Bird Talk Radio. I'm your host, Joshua Martin. And as I promised for 3 weeks now, I promise I'll go over the fantasy scores or the fantasy football rankings and what order you should draft these players. And I have some rookies that you should look out for as well. So if we can get that image pulled up, Katie, and we'll start the show. All right. So as you can see in my first round, first tier, whatever you want to call it, these are the players that you should knock out right away because these players are going to go by like so quick. And me personally, this has been my guy ever since I started fantasy. If you have that first overall pick, please just get King Henry. He'll never let you down. This man had 2,000 rushing yard seasons in a row, I believe. Last year he didn't have a good year. But Derrick Henry is always the man to get first overall. After that, we have Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. He's always a good pick. He had, in his scrimmage yards last year was insane. He had over 2,000 scrimmage yards. He had 1,811 rushing yards last year. And it's only going to get better for him. Devontae Adams, he's on a new team. He's on the Raiders. Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback. And with Devontae Adams being his primary receiver, I think that's going to be a good combination this year. So if you want a good wide receiver, I probably should have stick him with the other wide receivers, but next up we got Travis Kelce. He's going to be a huge pick this year. He's always your first tight end that you want to go with. You don't want to pick a tight end in the first round usually, but if it's Travis Kelce that you can get, I would get him. Tyreek Hill is gone. I know they have Juju Smith, and they got Clyde Sell. I can't say his name, but Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill, and he's going to be primarily going to Travis Kelce for those safe and secure touchdown throws now, just to get some points on the board. So he's a good pick. Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson, they're all the star receivers that can easily average 250 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in a game. So I would just pick up any of those 3. Don't ask me how. I got Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase on my team, both of them on the same team. Don't ask me how. It's a small league. I don't need to hear anything, but I'm happy with that. In the second round, and another, I guess I could have put him in the first round too, because I saw him when I was doing my draft. And ESPN, and I'm also on a website called Fantasy Pros. Don't get Christian McCaffrey, first of all. I have him in the second round. Okay, never mind. But do I have him? I have him in the third round. Najee Harris. I should have probably moved him up. If you have the chance to get Najee, I would go get Najee in the first round just because they don't have any good. I guess they have George Pickens, but he's a rookie. I'll talk about him later. But Najee Harris might be a good pick. He might be the new Christian McCaffrey. He might be the new Alvin Kamara of fantasy football, just because they don't have any stud-started wide receivers. And their most experienced receiver, I guess, is Chase Claypool, but I know they're not going to trust him. They'll trust Najee Harris with everything more than they will Chase Claypool. So I should have took him out of the third round and put him up on the first tier, first round, whatever you want to call it. If you have the chance to get him, get him. All right, but the second round, Alvin Kamara, he's always good. The only thing is they have Jarvis Landry. They have Chris Olave, who's a really good wide receiver from Ohio State. And they also have Michael Thomas is coming back from injury. So they have a lot of weapons, and Alvin Kamara, if you can hold off on him and get him in the second round, that'll be beautiful. Cooper Kupp, he's always a stud. They have Allen Robinson now, so they might share off a little bit of the touchdowns and the yardages, but he's always a stud. And then Christian McCaffrey, he's always been dealing with injuries. I don't know if you want to get him, go get him at your own pace, but it's not my recommendation. If you can wait till the 4th and 5th round and he's still there for whatever reason, go and snag him. Austin Eckler, if you want him, get him. I've never seen him as being a good. I don't know. They have so many more weapons. They have Mike Williams. They have Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's a good third-round wide receiver. I'd rather get him than Austin Eckler. I'd rather get Justin Herbert as my first quarterback. I wouldn't get Austin Eckler. I mean, like I said, if you want to, he's a really good running back to have. Not my choice, that's all. And then Tyreek Hill. I probably should have put him in the first round. The only reason I did not is because they have Jalen Waddle too, and they got Mike Gesicki. There's a lot of weapons. A lot of teams have a lot of weapons. They don't have a lot of like one-star studded player. That's why I have in the first round Stephon, Jamar, and Justin Jefferson, because we've seen these people just average 250 receiving yards, crazy numbers every single game. And then I don't like picking quarterbacks first. Or even, I don't even like picking him in the second. But if you want to pick a quarterback in the second, these are the 3 to go with. Because obviously these 3 are going to go away real quick, and they're going to get you a lot of numbers. Don't get Tom Brady. Please don't get Aaron Rodgers. Please don't be that type of person. Look for a dual threat quarterback. Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson I have up there. These are the people that you can rely on more, getting you more points. And that's the name of the game for fantasy football, is just getting these points up. Because if they run for 10 yards, that's more points to you instead of having like Tom Brady, who's under pressure, who's just going to throw the ball away and just go on for another down. But we have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Those are your top 3 quarterbacks to get if you want to get any quarterback first before the star players. Josh Allen might have an MVP year this year. Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. So you can't go wrong with any of those 3 picks as your quarterback. In the 3rd round, I picked Debo there just because it's Debo. I was surprised of him last year. If he can do it again this year, good for him. I know he wants to be like a primary or a traditional wide receiver. I don't see that really happening. But they have Trey Lance. Hopefully he's going to be starting at least by week 2, week 3, hopefully. He's very promising. They got him in the 1st round for a reason. So they obviously want him to be the main franchise quarterback. So we're waiting on that to be showcased. Nick Chubb. He might have a dominant year this year just because with the Deshaun Watson thing. Jacoby Brissett, he's not a bad quarterback. Kareem Hunt wanted out, but the Browns said no. So I don't know how that whole situation's going on. I know they have Amari Cooper. I would not try to draft him. If you can get Amari maybe like as your 3rd wide receiver or as a flex, that is absolutely amazing. But don't try to get him right away without securing these other players that I have showcased for you right now. Next up, we have Najee. Like I said, Najee should be a 1st round pick just because of, I don't want to say how much pressure is on him this year, but he has a lot he can do this year. He has a lot of free roam, a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it, but he has just a lot of potential this year. And then my favorite tight end, Kyle Pitts, who is not a tight end. He's just a massive wide receiver. The only problem with this is he has Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder as his 2 quarterbacks. Calvin Ridley's gone because of that stupid suspension. I don't know how you give that man a 1-year suspension and not Deshaun Watson a 1-year suspension in NFL, but that's you guys. So Kyle Pitts, he's my favorite tight end. I think he's going to have an amazing future. I would like to see him leave Atlanta and go somewhere nicer unless Atlanta can get a good team behind them. Because I don't want to see his potential being wasted. He has, I've been saying this ever since watching him out of Florida. He has the chance of becoming the next Megatron, the next Calvin Johnson. And we didn't get to see much of Calvin Johnson because he played in Detroit. So I don't want this to happen in Kyle Pitts because I know he has just a promising future for this league. Joe Mixon's always a wild card. He didn't have a bad year last year. So I mean, he can be your 2nd running back. I wouldn't pick him 1st overall. I would try to choose, who do I have? Obviously, I would choose Austin Eckler probably above Joe Mixon just because he's such a wild card. I can never tell with this man. A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, Mark Andrews, those are all very safe and secure wide receivers to get. And then what I like to do is be a little sneaky because you want to get these top defenses because there's a difference between have a top defense and an average okay defense, especially when you have the chance to get the Bills. You have to go out and get the Bills because there's probably going to be so many turnovers on that team. They have Von Miller now. They have Tre'Davious White on one side, and they have Khalil Alam from Florida Gators on both sides, looking very scary. Packers always have a good defense. 49ers always have a good defense with Nick Bosa. And then the Chargers. I probably should have put the Chargers and the Bills right next to each other because those two can go equally. They got J.C. Jackson from the Patriots safety position, who was astounding last year. They have Asante Samuel, cornerback, and they have Khalil Mack now. So those are the defenses to get to finish your starting team, just to have that safe advantage. And then another little secret I like to do as well is get a nice kicker. Because you never want to lose by that 1 point just because your kicker missed a field goal or he missed a PAT. So you always want to get that safe and secure kicker, who is going to be Justin Tucker. Evan McPherson, and one more player I should put up there was Ben McManus from Denver Broncos. Those three. But Justin Tucker, Evan McPherson, those two, just get them. You're not going to stress out about your kicker having to make that 1 point. They'll get it for you. They'll get the job done. So you don't have to worry about them, and all you have to worry about is your star players that you get. And then last but not least, before we wrap the show, the rookies. Some nice rookies to look out for this year. Who do we have? We have Breece Hall. I can't even think of the name. But we got Breece Hall, rookie for the Jets. He's a running back position. He's a very patient runner. He's probably going to look like what they expected Le'Veon Bell to look like when he went to the Jets. So good things from him. I'm trying to think who else they got. I know they have Carlos. I don't want to say Carlos White. I can't think of their primary running back right now. But I know later down the line, they're going to pit more Breece Hall. He's a big guy, so he might get those 2-yard runs in for the touchdown. Next up, I believe that is Chris Olave. I don't know I don't know. I didn't get to watch the Saints that much this year in preseason, so I really don't know how he did. But I know he was a stud in Ohio State. So hopefully good things from him this year. George Pickens. That man you need to get from the Steelers because he might have an incredible year just because of the mentality he has. He's ready for the league. He's definitely ready for the league, and he's already tossing people down at the line of scrimmage before he goes out for his route. So he's probably going to be a good pickup for this year. We got Dalvin Cook. Not Dalvin Cook. James Cook, his brother. Dalvin's little brother. We got James Cook on there. He's on the Bills right now. We might see good things from him this year. I know they have Devin Singletary, but I don't know if they're going to – I don't know who they're going to feed the ball more to. I know they're happy with having James Cook. So he's a really good pickup, really good rookie pickup to have. And then last but not least, we have Dameon Pierce, who I believe started or won the starting job for the Houston Texans. He has shown promising plays, and just he looks outstanding out there. So if you want someone, you want to be sneaky in the flex position, Dameon Pierce for the Houston Texans. He might put up good numbers this year, just to help out Davis Mills a little bit, because I know they don't have many wide receivers. I think they got Brandon Cooks at the wide receiver position, but besides that, I think that's it. James Conner, you can get running back. Saquon, Cam Akers, I would get him. He's coming back from a torn Achilles. He's ready to go out. He's ready to ball out. And I think that's it. Oh, David Montgomery. Don't get Zeke. He's going to fumble. I don't know what else to tell you. Katie, if we can get that ISO back on me, and then we can wrap up the show. So there you go. We got you fantasy finally. I don't know what I'm bringing you next week. I really don't. Maybe I'll have a special guest on the show tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. Bird Talk Radio. Always live. Monday, 11 a.m.s. I don't have anything else to add, I believe. I hope you liked my fantasy shows. If you want to call in, I probably should do this at the beginning of the show. But if you want to call in, it's 888-994-4995, Studio A. If you want to email me, my email is birdtalkradio2022@gmail.com. So if you want to be on the show, call in, just contact me. You can come in. I would love to discuss. I would love to have some heated conversations. Tell you how good we're going to be this year. Promising year. If we don't I can see the NFC Championship game in the future, but I just don't know if we're winning it, because that Rams team looks really good, and if Tom Brady's Tom Brady, the Buccaneers might be good too. So we'll just have to see what happens, I guess. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna bring you next week. It's just gonna be a fun show. Check me out next week, Monday, 11 a.m., Bird Talk Radio. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching Bird Talk Radio. Again, I am your host, Joshua Martin. If you want to contact me or be on the show, just email me at birdtalkradio2022@gmail.com, or you can call in during the show at 888-994-4995 in Studio A. Have a wonderful day, and remember, go Birds.